Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. In this video, we are going to learn about elements. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to define element and identify the elements in the periodic table that exist as atoms and molecules. This will be limited to group 1 to and 13 to 18. Previously, we already learned that matter can be classified into pure substances and mixtures, while pure substances can be further classified into elements and compounds. Now, we are going to dive further into what elements is. Element is a substance that is made of only one type of atom which cannot be separated into simpler substances by chemical means or chemical reaction. This is the periodic table of elements. We have horizontal row consists of 7 periods. And vertical column consists of 18 groups, namely alkali metals, alkaline earth metal, transition elements for group 3 to group 12, and then we have group 13, group 14, group 15 or nitrogens, group 16 chalcogens, group 17 halogens, and group 18 noble gases. Generally, all elements in the periodic table are arranged in increasing proton number. Specifically, these elements are arranged in the same group because they have the same number of valence electrons. For instance, in group 1, all of the elements have 1 valence electron. This is true until group 12. Starting from group 13 to group 18, the valence electron is determined by deducting 10 to the group number. For example, in group 18, there are 8 valence electrons. When discussing about the period, the elements in the same period have the same number of shells. For example, elements in period 3 have 3 shells. Most of the elements exist as metals, while some of them exist as non-metals to the right of the periodic table. Dividing these two are called as metalloid, which have both the characteristics of metals and non-metals, for example for boron, silicon, arsenic, tellurium, antimony, and astatine. Remember, this is important in deciding whether these elements exist as atoms or molecules. Elements can either exist naturally as atoms or molecules. Atom is the smallest neutral particle of an element. Most of the elements in the periodic table exist as atoms, which are metal, with the inclusion of carbon and silicon from group 14, and noble gases, which is group 18. And the elements that exist as molecules are hydrogen from group 1, nitrogen and phosphorus from group 15, oxygen and sulphur from group 16, and all the elements in the group 17, which are halogens. Let's have a look as why metals exist as atoms. Metal is made up of atoms closely packed in metallic lattice. Here is the simplified model to show how metals are packed in a lattice and bonded through metallic bond. Since they are arranged in a lattice, the simplest unit here is atom. As for carbon, the atoms are arranged in a giant covalent structure. For diamond, the case is also similar to silicon. While in graphite, carbon atoms are arranged in a ring, thus producing layers of carbon that can easily slide when friction is applied to it, similar to carbon used in pencil. When you write by using a pencil, you actually are leaving a thin sheet of carbon atoms on the paper. Again, the simplest unit of carbon in this arrangement is atom. What about noble gases? Since noble gases are inert, they are unreactive. Therefore, it exists as monoatomic gases. Now, let's have a look at the elements that exist as molecules. First and foremost, hydrogen and halogens. They exist as diatomic molecules, as they are not stable, having 1 valence electron for hydrogen and 7 valence electrons for halogens. Each halogen atom is singly covalent bonded to another halogen atoms. This is similar case for hydrogen, where each hydrogen atom is singly covalent bonded with another hydrogen atom. For hydrogen, it will exist as H2 molecule, and for halogens, we have fluorine, we have chlorine, bromine, and iodine. All of them exist as diatomic molecules. Now let's have a look at nitrogen and phosphorus from group 15. Nitrogen atom is also unstable to exist on its own. That's why it forms a triple bond with another nitrogen atom to form N2 molecule. Same story goes for phosphorus, but its most common allotrope is P4, which means 4 phosphorus atom in a molecule, not P2 as nitrogen N2. Oxygen atom is unstable on its own as well. Thus, each oxygen atom forms a double bond with another oxygen atom, making them exist as a diatomic molecule. For sulfur, sulfur molecule is quite a big molecule in its most common allotrope, which is S8, which means there are 8 sulfur atoms in a sulfur molecule. Before we proceed to the exercise part of this video, let us reflect on this. time is the most precious element of human existence. The successful person knows how to put energy into time and how to draw success from time. Dennis Waitley. Okay, now let's try to classify the following elements as atom or molecule. You may pause the video and try them yourself before I give you the answer. Now you may check the answer. That's all for now. Thank you. Have a nice day.